Welcome back to Math 107 College Algebra. In this video, we're going to take a look at the algebraic definitions of even and odd functions, and then how we can determine algebraically whether a function's even, odd, or possibly neither one. So, as we recall in class, for an even function, we mentioned that that's a function that's going to be symmetric across the y-axis. We also discovered with things, if something's symmetric across the y-axis, if we change x to negative x, y doesn't change. So that would motivate the idea that a function is even if f of x equals f of negative x. So replace x with negative x, nothing changes. The other one we looked at was odd functions. So again, we want to replace x with negative x, because an odd function needs to be symmetric across the origin, which means it's flipped across the y-axis and the x-axis. Well then, when we have the whole reflection across the x-axis, we replaced x with y with negative y. So using it in function notation, that's going to be negative f of x. So when we actually test it, we look at this the other way. If f of negative x equals f of x, it's even. If f of negative x is equal to the opposite of f of x, then it's odd. We want to be careful, though, in order to be an opposite, every term has to have its sign flipped, not just some of them. So an example of something to test. I give you f of x equals x to the fifth plus 2. So to test whether this is even, odd, or neither one, I'm going to find f of negative x. So that's going to equal negative x to the fifth plus 2. If I take a negative number to the fifth power, that's still going to be negative. So I get negative x to the fifth plus 2. So that's not the same thing as our original function, because the first term's negative, whereas it's positive in the first one, so it's not even. It's also not the exact opposite. Even though we negated the x to the fifth, we did not negate the 2. So it's not the opposite function, so it's not an odd function. So the only possibility is that it's neither even nor odd. And if on an exam you just put neither, I'm perfectly fine with that because I understand from context what you mean. So that concludes this video. Again, with the next class, we're going to take a look at the idea before I do lecture videos on it. We're going to be taking a look at how we can move the graphs of functions around algebraically.